Trump Jr. said again today that the lawyer had no information to provide and wanted to talk about adoption policy, but that topic, Elaine, is never mentioned in those emails.
Well, Jeff, why did Donald Trump Jr. choose to release this email chain now?
Well, he said he wanted to be transparent. But of course, the New York Times was asking questions about it, and that's why, at least in part, why these emails surfaced today, this morning. The question is, are there more emails out there, and is there more correspondence between Goldstone, Donald Trump Jr., and the attorney? That is the question, and that's in part why what we hear today about these emails and about that meeting will fall under the purview of the special counsel who is investigating.
Jeff, you mentioned that in his initial email, Goldstone said that the information in question was, quote, part of Russia and its government support for Mr. Trump. It seems to be very explicitly spelled out in that statement. What do you make of that?
Well, it is right there. It's pretty blunt, as we noted in our report, that type of information would be shared in that email, and it would be coming from people who are connected to the Kremlin. It's pretty startling information, to say the least. But all of this is going to be wrapped up into this pretty remarkable investigation that is essentially unfolding before our eyes. This is the FBI's counterintelligence investigation that is now being led by Bob Mueller, the special counsel. And so what they are trying to determine is if there was this collusion between the Trump campaign and Russian officials. And what you have in that initial email is pretty significant in terms of what they are looking at overall. Now, whether a crime was committed there, we've talked to a handful of attorneys today, and they have differing viewpoints on that. And so we don't really know, but it is certainly something significant that investigators will have to look at on its face, and then take a harder look at it and talk to all the people involved.
Jeff, to follow up, you said in your piece that the Russian lawyer in question denied that she ever promised compromising information about Hillary Clinton or that she works for the Kremlin. Do we have any indications that investigators want to speak with her?
Well, they want to speak to as many people as they can. That's just the due diligence that they do, and especially in an investigation of this scope. The problem will be, and we've heard from sources all along, and of course keep in mind this is an investigation that is now a year in. But the problem here is reaching people who are in Moscow, and for the FBI to have access to those people. That is going to be a problem here, and that's why in some cases they're having to work in intelligence circles. So this is a very highly sensitive investigation. We know that's been talked about at length because in some ways it's brushing up against law enforcement and the intelligence community's sources and methods. These are the crown jewels that they guard so closely, especially when it comes to keeping tabs on what an adversary is doing.
And Jeff, the president's son is also expected to testify before the Senate Intel Committee. What information would you expect that they would want from him?
Well, they're going to want to know what he was looking for and whether there was whether there were any more emails out there. In fact, we have committees in Congress now asking for as much information as they can get their hands on. And so these emails today, even while Donald Trump Jr. was trying to be as transparent, he says, as possible, these emails have raised more questions, not only for him, but for the White House as well.
And Jeff, have there been any indications about what special counsel Bob Mueller may do with this information for his probe?
Well, they're going to take a good hard look at it. This is all part of it. You know, this is just one piece. I mean, obviously, we have other people who are under scrutiny as well, and that is Jared Kushner, Paul Manafort, Michael Flynn, Carter Page. And there may be other people out there that investigators are looking at as well. So what we have today, even though it is sending ripples across the news landscape and really the country today, this is just one piece of this very complex broadening investigation.
All right, Jeff Pegues in Washington for us. Jeff, thank you.